The city of Stockholm, the political and business capital of Sweden, is home to what we think is the world's oldest and most successful municipal network. It's called Stokab, after the city owned network company that runs it. Here's their story.
Stokab, which is a public company 100% owned by the city of Stockholm. What we do is provide dark fiber, ducts of fiber within the whole of the city of Stockholm region. Then we make it possible for companies to rent that fiber, for all companies to rent that fiber and sell services to the citizens and the companies in the Stockholm area. The company started 20 years ago with the idea to provide fiber solutions to all of the Stockholmers.
This is the city of Stockholm. The fiber is everywhere, below the streets and meters.
Today, 90% of all houses within the city of Stockholm and almost 100% of all the companies in the city of Stockholm are fiber connected.
If you look under the hood, the Stokab story is, of course, a success story, but it's a story of success step by step. Now, today it is a global model of a city-owned dark fiber network, leased ISPs and businesses to deliver services so that Stokab does not deliver them. Instead, it provides the infrastructure over which those services are delivered. It reaches 90% of households, 100% of enterprises, and has attracted more than 100 service providers compared to the 2 or 3 at most that were available when that network was first launched. Now, that launch took place not citywide, it took place in their central business district, where very high demand users were all located very close to each other, right? A great recipe for a fiber build. One of the things that they did, which I think was very smart, was they instituted a dig once policy. The city opened their streets up, laid in their conduit, put in their fiber, closed the streets, and said nobody else can dig these up. Now, what that did, of course, was to eliminate a tremendous amount of disruption that is so common when you have builds that cross, each vendor digs up the streets again, making the central business district really a hard place to do business. So instead, they eliminated that. They then leased that capacity to the large companies themselves and to ISPs to serve other companies, right, and produce revenue for those customers of theirs who were carriers, and produce revenue on the actual leasing of the network. And then they reinvested it. We think of Stokab, many of us, if we don't know, as being this big government project where billions were invested by the city, and the answer is no. After that initial capital investment in the central business district, everything else was funded by loans and the profits, which of course served those loans, from the leasing of fiber in the network. They were able to connect offices next and science parks outside of the central business district, which of course their growth and their success was in part fueled by the availability of this advanced connectivity that had not been there before. Then they moved on to multifamily apartment buildings, again, also very cost efficient to connect. And finally, to the single family homes that are the most expensive because they're all separated by greater distance, but nonetheless are a great market if you can connect them. So there you see a success story that did not happen overnight by any means. It happened over a couple of decades and yet achieved its goal in a very cost-effective, very taxpayer-friendly mode while making Stockholm one of the models of the world.